Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday, June 26th, time for Dmac SMaK, brought to you by Journey Spice. Again, to the NBA draft. The NHL wants to do something quirky. The Rockies, horrible, bad luck, and then terrible pitching last night. And good news for CSU as well. In terms of the Broncos, we got news about them, and we bring you a somewhat vacation. Now, I'm on vacation from the radio, but doing the podcast Mondays and Thursdays live at 7:30. But you can always watch this whenever you darn please. Make sure you like and subscribe to Altitude Sports Radio's YouTube page. That would help quite a bit. And a reminder, we're not interrupting Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane. You got two things on the good old YouTube at the same time. They're also on, so not interrupting them either. We want to thank our great friends at Journey Spice. You can put Journey Spice literally on everything from seafood to steaks to chicken to breakfast foods. It is our great friends at Journey Spice. I love them so much. They're never far from my heart. And you can just go to Amazon.com, use the code 10Nuggets to save yourself 10%. Hit that QR code right now, and you'll be all set. You'll be the captain of your own ship. Just go to Amazon.com, and there you go. Those are my great friends at Journey Spice. More on Journey Spice in just a little bit. Let me give you some Broncos notes before we get here. And yes, I'll get to all the comments in the comments section near the end, so please get it in there. Happy to talk about whatever you're into today. In terms of the Broncos, a couple of notes here. Free mobile tickets for the Broncos 13 open training camp practices sold out in less than 10 minutes. Now, sometimes in years past, there's been ways to get in when they haven't, when the session is sold out, but not everybody has reported. That being said, this might be different this year. So I don't know. I can't. Last year they were so nice. The past couple of years, if you didn't have a ticket, you just kind of show up. You're like, I'd like to get in. And I don't know this year. It's going to be much more restricted because of the construction and how they're doing everything. So good luck on that if you don't have a ticket. I don't really have better advice for you. The training camp itself starts on July 25th. And you go from there for 13 practices, and they're going to be on the road in San Francisco, so they are actually out of town for a week. So 13 is not a lot. It'll go quick. Another Broncos note: the Broncos have hired Daniel Broslovsky. I probably got that wrong. He's their chief technology officer. He was previously with Golden State, the Warriors, as the vice president of technology. I don't know why, but this guy has 450,000 followers on Twitter. That's amazing to me. I'm not sure why. But it's an interesting addition to the mix. Ain't no doubt about it. So I'm sure we'll see some interesting things with the Denver Broncos in terms of their technology and social media and stuff that we probably haven't thought of before. So looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Meanwhile, ESPN has projections. July 25th, by the way, the first day for the Broncos training camp. There are some projections in for the Broncos. See if you like these. Projections by ESPN.com. RJ Harvey, 812 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins, 706 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. So would you sign up for them? Your two major running backs, 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. Would you like that? Do those numbers work for you? Because it's about the aggregate, not the individual. Meanwhile, projections for Bo Nix, 4,000 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and he'd be rated as a top 10 quarterback in the league. Sounds pretty good, too. That sounds like an 11-win season to me. Anything above that, if we go, say, 4,200 passing yards, 30 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, you probably have a 12 or a 13 win team. You might have an AFC West championship team. Meanwhile, at tight end university, while Taylor Swift is entertaining folks, and who doesn't freaking love Taylor Swift? Do you know that she wrote out the chord progressions for the band for Shake It Off? The guys were like my age in the band for the Taylor Swift show. It wasn't the Taylor Swift show, it was Zane Brown, and then she just jumped on stage. But she actually wrote it out for him. She's incredible. But at tight end university, Evan Engram was quoted saying how he thinks Bo Nix is a generational sort of player and that he likes his confidence. Listen, everybody likes Bo Nix. Everybody likes what's about to happen to the Denver Broncos. You'd be a fool not to. It's the Denver Broncos, and it's going to be difficult to see them. Meanwhile, in training camp, at least, the top 32 offensive lines ranked by an NFL scout who knows such things. The Broncos were ranked the number 2 offensive line in the league. How about that? We have news on the Avs, some rumors about them. So everything is, and we'll get to that in a second, just saw a note. Everything is pointing skyward, way up for the Broncos, and we are less than a month away from kicking everything off. The 26th of July will be their second day of training camp. I think we're all excited for that to happen. Okay, last night, let's talk about the Rockies, and we'll get to the Avs and the Nuggets here in just a second. But this, let me break this moment down for you. First of all, Chase Dolander was pitching remarkably well. I mean, he was pitching absolutely fantastic. And you get into the 6th inning, and, hey, listen, the Dodgers were doing great. Yamamoto was pitching fantastic as well. Yamamoto, through 5 innings, gave up 1 hit. Dolander had only given up a couple of hits. He'd been pitching great, but there were runners on 2nd and 3rd, and Muncy's up. The at-bat takes forever, and finally it gets to 3-2, and it had been drizzling, and then it just went crazy. Now, the head groundskeeper for the Rockies was seen in the dugout, top step, like pointing up the rain, and the umpire's like, what are we doing here? Like, you're killing us. Rockies could have done a couple of things. First of all, it was ridiculous that the umpires let any pitches go on whatsoever. Let's just start there. The umpires and Drew and Hugh in the booth were calling it out. Ridiculous that the umpires were letting it go as far. Time. So what? The count's 2-2. The count's 3-2. Who cares? It was ridiculous for the last couple of pitches. But what are you going to do? Well, the Rockies could have done something. Now, listen, this might be nitpicking a tad, but if you really didn't like the situation, Warren Schaefer, you could have either walked Muncy because the bases were loaded, or first base was open, that would have loaded the bases. And I know you're not into putting runners on base in a scoreless game. I mean, I get it. However, just the process of like, well, forget this. We don't want to throw them a crazy pitch or whatever. They're going to cancel this thing after this batter. We'll take our chances with whatever relief pitcher we have with the bases loaded, but there's no runs on the board. Or you say, well, listen, it's going to be hard for him to. If our guy can throw a strike, he's probably going to do something lousy at the plate. Chase Dolander had thrown 11 ground ball outs. 11. In 5 2/3 innings, 11 ground ball outs. That's crazy. So of the 17 outs he had, 11 were on the ground. So I kind of get throwing the pitch to the other thing you could have done if you just wanted delayed. You could have gone out for a mound meeting. It would have looked kind of ridiculous, but it would have given enough time for the umpires to say, hey, what are we doing here? So there are a couple things the Rockies could have done. But again, you thought that the odds were on Dolander's side, I guess. I think as soon as the umps don't call it, it's ridiculous. you as the Rockies need to protect your leads the best you can. There were too many crazy things that could happen, a hit by a pitch, a wild pitch, but nobody thought, I mean, literally nobody thought that this, not even looking for the ball because Estrada is like, I got it. And I'm like, I don't know where it is. Let's hear from Warren Schaefer about the moment.
Yeah, and on the pop-up, what did you see there? Could you even tell where the ball was? Obviously, the fielders couldn't, hardly anybody could, but could you tell where the ball was? And kind of what did you see?
Like from my vantage point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking at the ball trying to catch it, but I could see the baseball for sure. Obviously, Mike and Tyro didn't see the baseball, but you just trust that they're fighting their hardest to try to catch that ball and get through the raindrops, but just tough luck there.
That's baseball. Frustrating. Let's hear from Chase Dollander. He really did pitch well. And not only did he get those two earned runs against him, but because Muncy got on first and Jake Bird sucked when he came in finally after an hour and a half, Jake Bird comes in, he gives up a run. So Dollander gets tagged with 3 earned runs, which was ridiculous. He'd been pitching so good. Here's Dollander on his night in this stupid pop-up.
Not only that, but 77 pitches when you did come out of the game. I mean, this looked like the type of outing that you maybe could have gone a lot deeper, would you say?
Yeah, 100%. I felt great. I wanted to go back out, but obviously sitting here for an hour waiting for the rain to pass is not great. But yeah.
Take us through the frustration of the rain coming and watching a play that was really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's definitely very frustrating, but, you kind of have to look at it and say it's not in our control, right? Can't control Mother Nature, can't control a bunch of different things. Obviously would I've liked to have that play done? Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, it's like we can't control those things. Toglia didn't do anything wrong. Tyro didn't do anything wrong. Ball got lost. That's what it came to.
Could you see the ball?
I saw it, and then I looked away, and then I couldn't find it again. Lesson learned. I'll just stare at the ball next time.
What? I don't want.
Oh man, he's doing the best he can to put a good face on it. Listen, his potential is crazy. He pitched great last night. It's just like when bad shit happens to the Rockies, which it has seemed to happen game after game. This is the type of crap that unfortunately happens. You can't make mistakes or have things like this happen against a team as good as the Dodgers. Jake Bird finally comes in. He's terrible. Then they put Tyler Kinley, throws 6 pitches on an 0-2 count. An 0-2 count to Max Muncy, who got the pop-up base hit for 2. Mac Muncy puts it over the fence for a grand slam. A terrible pitch. I cannot emphasize enough how an 0-2 fatty down the middle is so bad. I understand not wanting to put the ball in the dirt and you got a runner on third and the whole thing. Yeah, I get it. But you can't be afraid in Major League Baseball to pitch. And just the mistake that Tyler Kinley made is like, and there have been good moments for Tyler Kinley this year. There have. But, this was awful. I mean, the dude's got a 7.09 ERA as a reliever. There have been good moments, but there have been so many garbage moments out of Tyler Kinley. And this is where you say you really have a problem with your this is where I feel bad for the managers, I guess, because you only have so many guys there in your bullpen. And who knows when they're going to implode. Molina's terrible, too. Bird usually has been good. He sucked. The relief pitching was awful. And the Rockies can't, get it together. Meanwhile, the Dodgers, Yamamoto is great. And then they throw out Trevino, what's his name? Vesia, Kopech. They're throwing out guys who have barely pitched. Period. And getting results. The Rockies take on the Dodgers Thursday at 1:00, and they've lost 8 in a row, something like that, 9 in a row to the Dodgers, and we'll see. Clayton Kershaw is on the mound for the Dodgers, and we'll go from there. I was pissed off that the officials did something stupid, but you've got to be just better as a team to be able to get over that. Meanwhile, you watch. Dodgers are so good, man. It's hard not to respect them and hard not to like them. They've got incredible depth and just an unbelievable lineup. Austin Gomberg goes for the Rockies this afternoon against Clayton Kershaw. And then the Rocks are on the road to Milwaukee for 3 games before being home against Houston next week. And then the White Sox come to town. So is that the next win? Or is it today? Can they figure it out today against Kershaw? We'll stick around and find out. NBA draft. It was interesting. The Nets had 5 picks in the first round. They used all of them, and 4 of the 5 were guards. Cooper Flagg goes number 1, and aside from that, good luck in hearing him from any of these other guys. You probably haven't heard of them, and you probably won't hear from them that much this next year. We'll see. One of the bigger stories is Ace Bailey going to the Jazz. He really, really, really didn't want to go to the Jazz.
There was a lot of speculation, the buildup in your draft process. You seem pretty happy to me to be going to Utah. What do you say to people that maybe just don't believe that?
I can control what I control, so how they feel. But to my team and me, me focusing on the basketball and them doing what they're doing, so it happens.
That's a guy thrilled to move to Salt Lake City. Meanwhile, there are a lot of tears going on and emotions running wild, and then the stupidity of the hats with Nick Clifford, who got drafted by Oklahoma City but really goes to Sacramento.
NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Nick Clifford from Colorado State University.
And how fitting that he is wearing Sacramento Kings purple as he hears his name called here. This is a young man who went back to school at Colorado State last season, and
Congratulations to the CSU family and Nick Clifford. He was really fun to watch in the NCAA tournament and this past year, and that's awesome. It's why they do the hats anymore with the trades, and you're up there and this team drafted you, but they drafted you because they made the trade for that team. I don't know why the NBA doesn't straighten that out somehow. It looks kind of goofy and stupid, and it's a weird broadcast. I don't know why it happens so much in the NBA compared to the other drafts. It's very, very active in the NBA. The Nuggets tapped out of the first round as expected, and it's going to be difficult for them to even get in the second round, which goes on later tonight. Meanwhile, let me just say for the record, the concept of Nikola Jokic being traded for any reason whatsoever, I won't say it was a slip of the tongue by Josh Kroenke, but but because it was under the premise of like some sort of nightmare scenario. It would be a nightmare scenario, and it's not happening. I know it's been picked up in a bunch of places because people are looking to talk about stupid stuff these days. It ain't ever happening. Don't worry about it. You want to talk about a lot made of absolutely positively nothing. That's case number 1. It ain't happening. No way. Now, will Jokic sign an extension this year? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? He'll do what's ever best for him and his family in terms of how this stuff sorts itself out. But the Nuggets will, of course, do everything they can to keep Nikola Jokic, and he ain't getting traded ever. Roll my eyes at that entire conversation. We have a nice moment of zen from Malika Andrews coming up in just a second. We'll get to that. Hang in there, because even the best of us screw up. ESPN reporting that a source has indicated it's unlikely for Jonathan Drouin to return to the Avs. Appears that Jonathan Drouin will test the market, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. Your top line is what? I mean, we're going McKinnon, Lehkonen, Nichushkin. Your second line will be Brock Nelson, Gabriel Landeskog, and I guess not Jonathan Drouin. Could still be Ross Colton. Could be a couple of different combinations. So got no problems with it. I'm sure it's a little tricky for Nathan McKinnon, who's very good friends, obviously, with Jonathan Drouin. I like Jonathan Drouin. I got no problems with him whatsoever. But if he wants to go out there and chase the bag, I say go for it. Meanwhile, the NHL wants to expand to 84 games. Apparently, so if they go to 84, you're able to play your division opponents 4 times, something like that, and you play everybody on the road at least once. Great. I could care less if you want to go to 84 games. No big deal to me. They'll take away a couple of preseason games because of that. Preseason hockey may be the stupidest thing of all time. There's only like 6 games anyway. What they really need to do in the NHL is they need to the NHL draft is this weekend. Just get out of the way of the NBA, for crying out loud. Just move the season up. Can you imagine, for example, if we were in close to Avs training camp and the season for the Avalanche started in August, and the NBA would just back up a little bit, back up like 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, and we're having the NBA Finals in July. How great would that be? Because you have this very odd moment that we're in right now, that is this kind of quirky sports bubble where, I mean, the NBA draft is significant, okay, but you know less and less of these names. It's not the same as it used to be. So that's what the NHL needs to do. Throw some games in August and September when it's really warm out, and it'd be nice to get in a rink, and have your Stanley Cup in March. Maybe it drips into April a little bit, but get out of the way. 84 games, I mean, whatever. Who really cares? Again, we'll get to Malika Andrews in a second. You'll love this for sure. But first, a little bit more from our great friends at Journey Spice.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Before we get to your comments, thank you, Journey Spice. Save 10% using the code 10Nuggets at Amazon.com. And in Rosa, you guys are the best. Speaking of ridiculousness, Pablo Torre did this pretty interesting investigation into the NFL and NFLPA, getting access to a 61-page document that had all sorts of stuff in there about this, that, the other thing about the NFL and collusion, and the Broncos were part of it. In that, there were 2 really interesting things about the Broncos admitting something. In his notes, Greg Penner, in his notes, jotted down, what's the rush on Russell Wilson? Doesn't he have 2 years left on his contract? Incredibly smart note by Greg Penner, who was talked out of it, my guess is, by George Payton, who insisted, hey, listen, we wouldn't have gotten this trade done if it wasn't for the guarantee that we would do a new contract. But that wasn't in writing, and maybe it would have been a, awkward move to go back and renege on a promise. But Greg Penner had at least the right idea. Also, Russell Wilson wanted $350 million guaranteed. And thank God the Broncos had the foresight not to go in that direction. The amount of money guaranteed was still a lot. I mean, it was over $100 million, but still, it wasn't anything close to $350 million. So, listen, I don't blame an agent and Russell Wilson for fighting to get as much money as they want, but it's a little breathtaking to think that it could have been much worse in terms of the Russell Wilson deal. So I give Greg Penner credit for having the right instincts in the first place. Better than me, that's for sure. I was like, yeah, sign Russell Wilson. What was the point in doing everything you did if you don't, want to lock him down? Dumb on my part. My bad. And then Russell Wilson. Yeah. I mean, all right, you're fighting for yourself. Can't hate you on that. Smart for the Broncos. Stay away from it. Okay, let's get to your comments here and see what you got to say. And let's go Dodgers. This is so strange for me because I should inherently hate the Dodgers, but I love Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is my favorite player to watch. He's the best baseball player arguably ever. And I cannot root against Shohei Ohtani. I can't. And then you got Mookie Betts, and I'm still tied into Mookie Betts from his time with the Red Sox. And I still have good feelings for him because of that. And then I look at Freddie Freeman and his journey with his kid and what he was able to do in the postseason last year. Like, then you go, I mean, I like Max Muncy as a player. Teoscar Hernandez is a cool player. I don't know, man. Like, up and down their lineup is just like really, really great baseball players. And how in the hell am I supposed to hate Dave Roberts, who, again, helped my Red Sox win a World Series and come from behind against the Yankees? They are a really, really hard team for me to hate. Never mind the fact they just play great baseball. So, I mean, I hate the Yankees, and somebody's got to beat them. I'm not rooting for the Dodgers to beat the Rockies. No way, no how. But still, I can't hate them. Daniel as CTO is a superb hire. Yeah, really interesting guy, huh? He will help bring the Broncos into the next generation and was hired for the upcoming stadium planning, new vision for the team. Okay. That is cool. I mean, I was blown away by the, I say this with all due respect, the head nerd of the Broncos having 450,000 Twitter followers. That's pretty awesome. On paper, this seems like an incredible hire by the Broncos. So that's good. That's baseball. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. I mean, my God, really, seriously. Easy to hate. They're wearing Dodger blue. I get it. I mean, I get it. Let's see. The ball lots itself in the rain. Yes. The Dodgers are good. That isn't anything new. Yeah. Where was that bullpen excuse at the beginning of the season for Black? Oh, all right. That's probably a fair shot at me. I got you. Rockies just have to strip everything down from the front office down. Yeah, Dominic, you're right about that. I just don't think they'll do it. RJ, my guy. Can we all agree how much we miss Bud Black? Oh, man. I'll tell you a rumor that was out there this week. 0-2 fatty, over the plate, that's baseball. Scrubs in the bullpen, that's baseball. It would be good to get a good that's baseball moment. Warren Schaefer has not given us a that's baseball moment. I don't know why, but that clip of the ball falling in the infield really made me laugh. Just like not looking for the ball, not even trying to look for the ball. He sees Estrada wave him off, and he's just like, he just literally stands there. He doesn't cover first. Like, he doesn't do anything. He just literally stands there. He doesn't cover first. He doesn't try to look for the ball. Just nothing. I'm just going to stand there. Then he's like, I'm going to get hit in the head. Like, that would be bad. Oh, my God. Don't you wish you could throw out a bunch of crap that makes no sense to have people actually listen like Stephen A. does? I'd like to get paid like Stephen A. does. We had Mediterranean Journey Spice on the grilled zucchini the other night. Fantastic. There you go, RJ. So easy to go to Amazon.com and get in your order for Journey Spice. That's great. Appreciate. Send us a picture, RJ. Just checking in. Steve, good to see you. Good morning to you, Michael. Take the journey to Spice Heaven. Easy to hate, Dmac. They're wearing Dodger blue. Ouch. Jamal Murray made a shot. Indeed, he did. All right. Tolia is lucky he didn't get beamed. Wouldn't that have been something? That's the only way that would have gotten slightly even more funny. Okay. Now for a moment of Zen to wrap things up. Being an announcer is a difficult job. Listen, I get it. I don't know a lot of these basketball guys, but it wasn't my job to cover the draft. I think I would have been a little bit more dialed in. But Malik Andrews had this slip of the tongue.
So the Portland Trailblazers select Colin Coward here. This is a young man.
His name is Cedric Coward.
So the Portland Trailblazers select Colin Coward here. This is a young man.
His name is Cedric Coward.
So the Portland Trailblazers select Colin Coward here. This is a young man.
Can't tell you how many times I have made mistakes like that. Can't even begin to tell you how many times I've screwed that up. I just haven't done it on ESPN.
So the Portland Trailblazers select Colin Coward here. This is a young man.
All right. I want you to have a great day. Be back live on Monday. Our Score 4 giveaway is amazing. That still rolls on. Make sure you're listening on the 20s to Altitude Sports Radio for keywords to win autographed jerseys from Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr. So make sure you're paying attention on the 20s. That's what's going on there. I'll be back on Monday. Aside from that, I am on vacation, but, dedicated to the good old Dmac SMaK. But, yeah, you'll hear from me again on Monday. Not even doing the March Towards History, taking that time off, although I am paying attention. So hope you enjoy. Hope you have a great day. Looks to be absolutely gorgeous out. So perhaps the Rockies will see all the balls. That didn't sound good.